as a mother of two seventh graders, hell no. Let me tell you, as a parent, those snuggles and cuddles go away so fast that if you can get them, cherish them. I'm always trying to bribe my kids to, hang out with me or, try to get more snuggles. To piggyback a little bit on not staying for the kids, I think sometimes it's better for the kids to be in separate homes, but they have a happy parent, as opposed to two people staying together and they're miserable. And I think the kids really, it's destructive to everybody. And I don't necessarily feel that it's the school responsibility to talk to my kids about sex. I mean, they can have sexual education in class, but the rest of it is up to me. And just free condoms here and there, I'm not down for that, and I don't like it at all. But I think if one of my kids looked up to someone who had different political views, I would just have to stay strong with how I felt. I mean, we're teaching our kids to have, critical thinking and to think independently for themselves. So I think I have to still honor that, but I would hope that they would be open-minded and see both sides. I mean, obviously dinner would be interesting in having those views, but I think if you're raising them to be independent thinkers, then you have to allow them to be independent thinkers. But I feel like, to me, as a mother of two seventh graders, hell no, I don't want their teacher to be on OnlyFans, because they're gonna see it, they're gonna go back to school. Next thing you know, Mrs. Smith is like, they're getting Fs because they're really not looking at their paperwork, they're really not studying. But I do feel for the teachers, because they have the biggest job in the world to educate our kids, and they're getting paid the least. We should put ourselves first. We should put ourselves first. When you're on an airplane, right, and there's an emergency, they say, put on your mask before you help someone else, right? If us as mothers don't help us out, we can't help our kids. And I feel like so many times people make you feel guilty if you put yourself first. And I'm not saying be selfish and ignore the kids altogether, but we have to take care of us. The couple is still intact. They're just bringing a third person in. As a parent, sometimes my kids try to get me to agree to something, and if I don't agree to something, they might go to their dad, so now they would have another person to go to. I think it's confusing. It might be confusing to the kids. Obviously, it's a conversation that you may want to have with a psychiatrist or psychologist to see if this is okay, because I would think the kids would be confused, whether it's a man that's been added to the group or a woman that's been added. I think there's a whole bunch of layers that we have to unpack for this. How many times have you seen a mom with only one child getting judged? I mean, you hear people say like, oh, that kid needs a sibling, they're gonna be spoiled, that baby's gonna be lonely. I mean, all the time women have to hear this, and I think it's really up to the woman if she wants to be one and done. I think anytime you come into a relationship where there's kids, the kids always want their original parents together, right? They want their parents together. I think that's always the goal for them. So having somebody new come into the relationship takes time. And are you coming in as a parent, another parent? Are you coming in as a friend? Like, if someone were to come into my life, my kids don't need a dad. Their dad he's very involved in their life. So they would need more of a friend. But it's hard to come in to a relationship where the dynamic's already set and the kid's resentful. Do they feel like you took that parent away? There's so many layers to us being a step parent that it's really important when you first get married to spend that time getting to know each other, to spend that time traveling. Not that you can't travel after kids, but let me tell you, I get it. Kids take a toll on relationships.